Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's me, it's Jessica, Jessie, whatever the heck you want to call me. I'm currently in the process of, it's really early in the morning and I got up and took a shower and I just washed my hair and did my skincare. Well, I'm about to do my skincare and all that kind of stuff. But today's video is going to be interesting, so I wanted to kind of start it early. Low-key, y'all might kind of spend the day with me too, but this video also has like a warning on it, because I'm going to talk about some things that I was going to make a separate video for, and I'm debating on if I should even upload it or not, but we're going to get into it. So one thing that I definitely noticed lately is that like I talk a lot I talk a lot in my vlogs about like the need for acceptance and validation from other people and stuff, and that's one thing that I've really been grappling with lately, is the concept of like what it looks like when you take space away from the public eye and just from dealing with people, good and bad, and then when you sort of try to like reacclimate yourself back into that. And I'm currently dealing with that because I really truly feel like I have over explained, over justified, over expressed myself to people, and it was only because I came from a place where I felt like I was absolutely silent and a lot of bad things happened to me. So I've been thinking of different ways to try and like work through that, and I'm going to share that with y'all. One of the main things or ways that I've been working on that is journaling. I recently got an amazing life coach that I'll talk more about probably in another vlog, but making sure that I journal, and even if I don't actually write things down, like just this vlog itself would serve the purpose of a journal, or even just sitting down and kind of like meditating, like being present and thinking about everything that's bothering me or why. One thing that's been really interesting for me, or a way that I have sort of dealt with, like, you know, opening up again, to not even opening up but just talking to people again, is to remind myself that their feelings are theirs and that mine are mine. You know, like I think that's one thing that we miss out on as people, and that I missed out on, is that it is absolutely okay to talk with someone and hear their response and just listen and observe it. Empathize, but don't internalize it. And it's been very interesting lately because I've had some conversations, for example, like with family, where they've expressed their displeasure with me not speaking or reaching out as much, and I'm like, I may understand how you feel, but that doesn't mean that I have to internalize it. I'm literally recovering from years and years of trauma, unintentional trauma, and there's no way in the world that I'm going to again internalize other people's feelings. So that's been one really good way that I've been dealing with that, is journaling, because then I can sort of be my own mediator and really flesh out what it is that I'm feeling. We had a quick little time jump. Clearly I have makeup on now, but I was talking about the ways in which I've sort of navigated what I was talking about, and the first way was journaling. The second way is something I call active consideration. I feel like in order to change any behavior, you have to actively consider all sides of it. Example from me, I've had a few people express to me that they feel shut out, and in order for me to survive and be here, I'm going to be very blunt, I have had to take the space away. Some have understood and some haven't. The ones that understand, cool. The ones that don't, that is not for me to correct or appease, because then that literally puts me right back where I was. I don't think people understand like how hard it is when you're coming from a place of feeling like you're constantly being manipulated and shaped. And like I was saying, the other thing I've done is active consideration, and just considering all sides of it, which really is another form of meditation for me personally. And one of the third things that I'm about to start doing is physical activity and exercise. My life coach, one of her little secrets she told me, is that when you feel mental stress, you have to start with correcting stress and anxiety in the body. Get up, do something physical. I have slacked a lot on that because I spend a lot of time working and doing virtual, digital things, you know what I'm saying? So for me, that's really important. as far as dealing with other people's emotions, and also knowing that if you set up boundaries where you cut the world off because you need to go into cocoon mode and basically restart and reparent yourself, there's some people that are going to be hurt and not take to it. And guess what? Even though their stuff may be coming from a place of trauma or whatever, you have to let them do that. It might hurt, it might suck, but if you expect to have boundaries, it is my belief that you also have to let people have boundaries in whatever way that looks like. So like, I think this is a message too to anybody who's watching who like feels like they've been finding out stuff about me online, or feels like I have been emphasizing myself first, and I feel like there's a level of that kind of needs to be scaled back just a little bit, because I really was traumatized, like in so many different ways, y'all. So with all of that being said, I'm gonna be launching a new series where I actively show you guys what I do on a day-to-day basis, just for work, just for everything. I kind of want to include more people in my life, and this is gonna become kind of like a self-documentary channel, but I'm also still gonna have the food content, the travel content, all of those lifestyle type things. It's funny because I have a video that I have not uploaded. It was a story that I posted on TikTok about how I got into an accidental love triangle, because when I tell y'all, there has been so many things that I have not talked about publicly to friends, to family, literally that only my therapist knows about, over like the last almost a year now. It's some stuff, and I posted, it's like a 20-part series on TikTok right now, but I was going to post a more detailed version on YouTube. And I got a lot of flack because a lot of people were saying, a lot of guys were saying, this just sounds like you being naive. You can't blame somebody. Like, there's a lot of things, but there's a lot of other things where, I'm going to be real, I was being very nice to the people involved because I don't want to make anybody feel bad, but it honestly, I was put in a position that just could have led to so many other bad things. And the funny thing is that I've often found myself in positions where like I've felt very taken advantage of, and I'm not perfect because I've definitely had my moments as well. Yeah, definitely let me know if y'all want to hear about that. These are like the 3 steps that I've taken to sort of deal with that. I think it's really important for all people to kind of go into cocoon and hermit mode sometimes, and make sure if you're a person who does a lot socially, has a lot of family, is always going to people for advice, go inward for a little bit and you'll learn a lot. And don't feel like you have to explain yourself, because you really don't. You really don't. So I hope that someone gets a message from this today. And let me know if y'all want to hear that crazy story time, and I will talk to y'all later.